Attention everyone, this is an emergency broadcast. The unpleasant noise you are about to hear coming from your radio is not a mistake.
Okay, so everyone, this is a quick video on how to make a mask in Photoshop. And this is how we do it. So what we have here is, this is just my blank file. If I go to image size, it tells me it's 12 by 12, resolution 200, and that's perfect. So we're going to take two images. I've got an image of this person, and we've got a picture of this cat. We're going to put them into this canvas, this open file. So first things first, we're going to say select all, edit, copy it, and choose edit and paste. Okay, so this is smaller because this picture, if you go to image size, you can see it's only 72 dots per inch. And despite the fact that it's 17 inches tall, and this image is 12 inches tall, the fact that it's smaller is because it's only made up of 72 dots in an inch, whereas what we pasted it into was 200 dots in an inch. Little detail, some good information to know. Okay, we're going to repeat this process. Select all, edit, copy it, come to this, edit, paste. Okay, so again, the theme here is we want to make it so that this is blending. We're using a mask. Okay, and so to make a mask, you've got to do a couple things. First off, let's make this picture of the guy's face a lot larger. So I'm going to do a form-fitting selection by going to the thumbnail, holding Command, and I just click on the thumbnail while I'm pressing the Command key, and now this picture is selected. I'm going to now go to Edit, and I want to choose Transform. And Free Transform is not available for a reason I don't quite understand. Oh, here's why, because I'm not on the right layer. Now if we go to Edit, Free Transform, there it is, and I can grab a corner. I'm just going to scale this up. I'm holding down the Shift key to make sure the proportions are the same, and for this demo that will be perfect. I'm going to do the same thing with the cat. So again, highlight it all, hold down the Command key, click on the thumbnail, and again, Edit, Transform, Free Transform. You get the bounding boxes there. And that's interesting because I'm on the guy layers and it just selected this shape. Let's go to the right layer. You might even want to label your layers. That's another smart move. Okay, let's go to the right layer, and now if I choose Edit, Free Transform, this time when I hold down Shift, grab a corner, the cat's face will be made a lot larger. Okay, something like that. Okay, so the goal is we're going to get it so that it blends. Let's make this cat much bigger, like that. I know it's distorted, but we're going to work with this. Choose the check mark to accept, and you're good. Okay, so you know that you could go to opacity and just lower the opacity like so. But we want to kind of mix the image more. Like this is, everything is equal here, right? We want to make it so that some parts are fading in and some parts are fading out. So to do that, you need to make a mask. To make a mask, you go to this small little icon way on the bottom of your layers palette. So you click it. It produces another layer. This, by the way, is called a non-destructive edit because the actual cat picture will not be altered in any way. You then check to make sure you have black over white in your color chips down here. Okay. You then check to make sure you're using the gradient tool. All right. You then check to see if in fact you have this section here where it says classic gradient. Go to basic, choose this one. And this is our classic left to right linear gradient. So now, if I just click and drag, what's going to happen is you're going to get what you get there. The image is blending. I'm going to do it again. Click and drag. And it's resetting every time I do this. So you can get this sort of cool, maybe frightening mix of the image. We could start it on the right side. Click and drag. You get that. And oh, that's interesting. Look and learn and understand what's happening here. This is why it's looking the way it looks. So if we zoom in on this, I want you to understand this. What is black is transparent. What is white is opaque. What's gray? Well, gray is the transition. It's that gradual fade. So that explains this really interesting and fun-looking mix of the two textures. The man's face and the cat's fur are mixing, blending really well because they're right on that mixing line, which is made up of gray. So what can you do with this information? Well, suppose we've got this image as it is, and you said, well, I wish I wanted to paint in a little bit more of the guy's hair over here. Like, I like this cat ear there, but wouldn't it be kind of cool if I could put in more of the guy's forehead and, yeah, go from there. So what you could do is you could take the actual brush tool. I'm holding down the pencil tool, grabbing the brush tool. I'm looking to see what brush I currently have. I've got soft round. That's going to work for me. Hit return to accept that. I'm going to make the size of the brush a little larger, something like that. Okay. Didn't do much. I'm going to choose the bracket keys to also make the size of the brush larger. Let's see. The right bracket key is doing that. There we go. Okay, now more importantly, to paint in the guy's forehead. So it's not so, because this, we know that if we, like in the original cat picture, there's nothing above the cat's head. It's just like, just some nondescript gray background. So we click on this foreground color chip and we take this color slider. It's on the far left. I'm just pulling it on the far left. I'm getting shades of gray. You can pay attention and see that right here. So let's get a, I don't know, light colored shade of gray. And I am realizing that that would not give me what I want. I actually want, remember what I said earlier, I want this to be completely opaque. So it's got to be white. So I'm going to go right to the top, choose white, choose OK. And now when I start to paint, I'm going to make the brush a little smaller. What should happen is, it's the very opposite of what I wanted. The idea is correct, but I am painting in the cat picture, which is not what I wanted. I wanted the very opposite. You can see what I did there. So I learned from my little mistake, and I'm going to undo that. Fortunately, we've got history, which is open. I just can't see it, so I'm going to close it. I'm going to go File, Open again. It's somewhere here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Up. We're going to go back to this step right there. Okay. So if I wanted to correct this and I want to see the man's forehead, what I learned is I must use black instead. So let's take I clicked this, bring this down, choose OK. And now when I paint, that's what I wanted. I wanted to see, I'm going to use the cat's ear as sort of like a divider. There. Now, if I wanted this to be a subtle change, now I could use some gray. It's maybe somewhere in this range. Remember, the darker it would be, well, if we go for about a mid-tone gray, somewhere around here, we can sort of blend in some of the cat picture. It's sort of giving us a little snapshot of both. If I had chosen black, it would have shown the person, and if I chose white, it would show the cat. So there it is. There is one way to do let's apply more. Let's see if we want to see more of his mouth. There it is. You can actually pull in some of his eye. Let's see. There we go. And if that's still not in focus enough, you know now that if you said, well, I just have to make this darker or just black, it's going to be just his eye as we see it. And for that matter, if you want to get really kind of strange, you could say, let's get some of the cat's nose over here so we know. We could just do a flip like this, switch it to white using the double-headed arrows, and I could start painting in. Let's see where that cat's nose is. Can't find it. Oh, there's his eye. Oh, yeah, this is really looking quite grotesque. Okay, so you can see. And now it's smooth because of this brush I'm using. That's part of the key. So you get this this image. Now, it is true that the cat is in color and the man image is in black and white. So we could correct that. We could make the cat image completely black and white. I believe if you went to Image, Adjustment, and I want to say Desaturate. Here it is, right there. Yep. Now we're working with both black and white images. Okay, so that's what I wanted to teach you about masking. Try it out. Hopefully that clarified some questions you might have had. Have fun with it, and I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.